How's it going, guys? Rhino here, and I recently watched two of Jacksepticeye's videos where, first off, he talks about some problems with the new YouTube system or the new algorithm that is causing not only people to lose views, but also YouTube to promote videos like B-movie and stuff like that. And he was saying, that's a terrible idea. They need to stop that. They need to fix that. And how it's hurting. I mean, it doesn't really hurt him that much because he makes so much money that he is perfectly safe and he has like a good nest egg and stuff where he's perfectly fine. But someone else who might have like 100 to 200,000 subscribers who's making a living off YouTube but working paycheck to paycheck, they're going to be struggling a little bit more when they take a hit like this. And so that was his main complaint in the first video. In the second video, he talks about how he talked to some staff members at YouTube about these issues, voiced his opinion and voiced the opinion of other people, other YouTubers, and essentially he was great because he kind of spoke for the small guys as well. Even though he's a big YouTuber who makes a ton of money, he spoke for the small guys who are just trying to make it by. He essentially stated that the YouTube, there's a couple problems with like subscribers being deleted and then also views not being counted and views being a lot lower, taking a hit, that are causing problems, and he voiced it to those people and they weren't sure exactly why it was happening. And so I kind of want to explain a little bit of why that's happening, why these YouTube systems are causing issue. And let me start off by saying that me personally, I have literally had people come forward and tell me that they're not only a subscriber of mine, but they also watch my videos. Like, they're up to date on all my videos up to, the last day or two, and they still got deleted from my subscriptions, or they were unsubscribed from my channel, even though they were a very active subscriber. And so that shows that there are issues with this system. But essentially, there are three systems, or three important algorithms or systems within YouTube that cause these issues. There's tons more. There's algorithms for pretty much everything you can think of, but there's three main ones. And the three main ones are, first, views. Second, monetized views, which is a separate entity from views. And then third is obviously subscribers. And these are the three systems that people have issues with. Now, the third system, the subscriber system, is a little bit different in how it works. It's not one that filters at the front. It more tags an account that has already been subscribed to a channel after a certain point of inactivity as inactive, and then whenever there's the next rollback of subscribers, that channel is then deleted from that channel as a subscriber. As well as, on top of that, there's I think at a certain point, your channel gets deleted altogether of inactivity. Like, if you have a channel or have an account that you don't use for a certain amount of time, I believe that gets deleted and is unsubscribed from everybody it's subscribed to, is the subscriber system. But so the two view systems are more of a filtration, while the subscriber is more of an inactivity removal. Essentially, the difference is the view systems would prevent false views, fake views, from getting placed on the video, or fake monetized views from being placed on the video. Whereas you can have as many fake subscribers as you want, but whatever the amount is, like a month, 2 months down the road or whatever, those are going to be deleted and gone. And so that's the difference between the systems. But here's the issue. Views and subscribers, these systems should not exist whatsoever. If anyone knows any amount of coding, and I know I'm a CIT minor, I have basics of coding, you know that on a simple HTML and JavaScript script or website, if you were to build a website that were to, say, pull certain data like pictures, you were to pull pictures based on a criteria that you set, filter those pictures to whatever you type. So, for example, you type in cat, it will pull pictures from a certain website and then filter for pictures of cats if you code it correctly. However, it's highly likely that it's going to miss, depending upon the volume of the pictures it imports, it's going to miss at least one or two and maybe more. And that's just part of code. It's not perfect. It's not perfect every time, and there could be something wrong with the code on the pictures that are being imported or the code itself that is doing the importing, and that can cause a lot of issues. But that is a simple HTML and JavaScript script. It's just straightforward. There's not a lot to it, and the more complex the code gets, the more accurate it can be, but also the more problems it can cause. And so a system like a view verification system for views and monetized views, as well as an inactivity system for subscribers, is very intricate and complex. I have no fucking clue how they code such things, but they're very, very, very complex. And even if I could see the systems, I wouldn't be able to understand them or know how to beat the systems or anything like that, because I would have no clue what I was looking at. It'd be so complex. But what that does is that sets up a lot of room for error and cause problems, essentially. Now, the only system that I actually agree with fully is the filtration system on monetized views, because that makes absolute sense. If someone were to be able to beat that system, they could literally rig it so they get millions of dollars within a few days. But because the advertisers would be getting no increase in this traffic, then they'd be willing to pay less, and CPM would drop across the board. If not drop to zero, possibly all advertisers would just back out of YouTube altogether, which is entirely a possibility in that regard. And so I totally understand a monetized view filtration system. That makes complete sense. A view filtration system causes issues because it's kind of hard to determine what accounts for a fake view. And so something could account for a fake view that really isn't a fake view. I don't know the criteria that they put on what constitutes a fake view or not, but whenever you have a system that tries to filter out supposedly fake views based on this criteria, then it's going to hurt everybody else, because anyone who potentially could meet one of these criteria, if they're using a proxy or something like that, that could be one of these criteria, they could be filtered out even if they're a legitimate view. And so then it doesn't count on that video, that view is just gone. I think it would be a lot better if they didn't have a filtration system on views. I mean, maybe a filtration system for like IP address, and that's it. So you can't just sit there and refresh your video over and over and get it to 10 million views. Something along, you have a basic filtration system, but that doesn't really worry about views too terribly much, and so it doesn't cause this huge drop in views for a lot of people. And then also a monetized view system, it's kind of the same problem, but it's you understand why that one has to be so complex, because I mean, something could be counted as a non-monetized view for a reason that isn't really clear, and it could be a bad reason, kind of a glitch in the code or something that causes a legitimate view like myself to not be counted as a monetized view for a big YouTuber like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier or someone like that, and therefore they would get less money than their due, essentially. So I strongly believe that a view verification system should not be in place, or at least not the one that currently is. It should not be nearly as strict as it is, and it should allow for a lot more traffic to go through onto videos. I don't know the exact number, but like a year or two ago, it was about 75% of views aren't counted because of how strict the view verification system is. So if you had 100 views, you really have 400 views. You really got like 400 views or something like that. I mean, it wasn't an exact mathematical precise number, but you could basically guess that if you got 100 views, you really got 300 to 400 views or more. So it causes a lot of issues in that regard. And then the subscriber one kind of has a similar aspect. There's no reason subscribers should ever be deleted from a channel. A lot of people can subscribe to a channel just to show their support, but not really actually support the channel, as in not actively watch the videos. Why should that person be deleted? And even if there was, let's say I created a channel or an account and subscribed to myself just to boost my numbers up, but I never logged onto that account, never watched any of my videos on that account or anything like that. So what? It's just one extra number, but it's not going to boost up my views or monetize views at all. And so if I had 10 million fake subscribers and was only getting 50 views a video, nothing's going to happen. I'm not going to become famous or make a living off of that. And so I don't believe that the YouTube rollback system on views or subscribers should exist. And that's what causes these issues, is whenever they change up the algorithm at all, it increases the likelihood that there is an issue, and it causes just so many possibilities for there to be problems across the board. So so there are natural drops in views and subscribers, and that just happens. But when you see there's been an issue where some YouTubers, whenever they upload a video, they lose a shit ton of subscribers. And YouTube is supposedly saying, oh no, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. But in reality, it's just that their system is bugged and they need to fix that in order to fix these issues. You need to allow more activity to take place. You need to be more understanding and allowing of what goes on. So for subscribers, if someone wants to subscribe to someone just to show their support but not watching any of their videos, let it happen. Don't worry about it. Don't roll back subscribers. Same thing with views. There's no reason these systems should be filtering this many views. I mean, I totally understand a filtration system for like repeated IP addresses. I think the rule is like once every 4 hours your view can count on the same video. So like every 4 hours you can refresh and you'd get another view or whatever. But that would take years to get anywhere. And so that's a good filtration system right there. That's great. But when you start filtering on what you think are fake views and what are not, then it causes a little bit more of an issue, especially on things like subscribers. And so I just wanted to make this video to kind of give the explanation of what's going on, and hopefully someone sees this like Jacksepticeye who has the outreach to a YouTube staff member who could maybe do something or push this on to the right person. But when you have these systems in place, it only will cause issues. So just fix your systems, remove them, or have them be tested to make sure that they're actually doing the right thing. But in all honesty, I think most of these systems should be removed or just simplified so they're not so complex and trying to remove so many different factors. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Please remove your systems. Please fix your systems so that, I mean, it's not really affecting me, but for bigger YouTubers who are trying to make a living off of it, it's causing a lot of harm to them. So thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. And as always, have a nice day.